Right, now you're going to hear from me. As I said, my name is Paul Phare, and I am the Development Manager with Energy4All. Now, NRG created this opportunity for people in Northern Ireland. He could have done any number of things once that opportunity was created. He could have sold it, he could have done it himself, but he didn't. He decided that he wanted to give the opportunity to people in Northern Ireland. And Energy4All is an organisation that is all about community ownership of renewable energy. So thankfully, he chose to work with us. A little bit of a, I don't know, we're all quite proud really of the fact that we won the Ashton Award this year. So I thought I'd better mention that. This is a prestigious award in GB where organisations that have done good things in the renewable sector get recognised. Just thought I'd say that. Okay, so like I said, we're all about helping communities to own renewable energy schemes. We're a not-for-profit social enterprise, but I think where we came from really tells you the most about us. And we came out of the Baywind Co-operative. Now, the Baywind Co-operative was the first community-owned renewables wind farm in the UK. It was created by a Swedish developer, and he really engaged with the local community in Cumbria and got a lot of support for what he was doing there. Now, unfortunately he ran out of money and went home, but the good people of Cumbria decided to take on what he'd started, and they built Baywind Co-operative. Now, it was very successful. A lot of people were very interested in what they did and how they did it. So Baywind decided what they could do to help other communities or help create more cooperatives was to set up an agency. So in 2002, they voted half the profits from that year to help set up Energy4All. And I think that really shows the essence of what co-ops are all about. It's helping other co-ops and helping to create opportunities. So that's where Energy4All came from. We're an organisation that's very much based within a community organisation that's there to help other organisations and cooperatives grow. So we're self-financing, there's no grants, we're sustained basically on the projects that we create. So when a project comes along, some of the money that flows back to Energy4All is used to find the next opportunity, the next community cooperative that we're working on. But with that strong community ethic, we do have that business professionalism as well. There's a lot of skills, an awful lot of experience within the wind industry that we can tap into with Energy4All, and of course that's what we can bring as an organisation to any projects that we're working on. So yes, we've been successful. We've raised over £16 million from over 7,000 individuals now, and there are 20 megawatts of community or cooperative owned wind farms in the UK with working through Energy4All. Now, if you didn't know, we're in the UN International Year of the Cooperative. 2012 is the International Year of the Cooperative. So I just want to make this very basic point about how we do business. The whole economic business model that we've created is often lauded as being very similar to nature, in that the species compete and then you get successful species surviving. But actually, it's been shown that throughout evolution that it's as much about cooperation as it is about competition. So I just wanted to really introduce that thought, that grand thought that hopefully you'll take away with you. Now, business is all about minimising risk and maximising the reward. And that tends to be the way businesses operate. They want to push the risk away to other people and take as much reward for themselves. That's the nature of the beast. So, maybe this is a bit of a different way of doing things. Maybe we should all work together and see if we can achieve the things that we're trying to achieve rather than competing. And for those of you who don't understand, I know there's a lot of co-op people here today, but for those of you who don't really know what a co-op is, here's the definition. It's an autonomous association of persons united voluntarily to meet their common economic, social and cultural needs and aspirations through a jointly owned and democratic controlled enterprise. So that gives you in a nutshell what a co-op is. But at the end of the day, it is a business. It's an organisation that trades to make a profit. It's what it does with those profits that makes the difference. And I thought I'd better explain as well what a cooperative is not, because, again, some people might not be aware of this, but it's not a charity. But it's also not about making the rich richer. It's not a self-interested, profit-driven enterprise. It's for its members. But it's also not just a supermarket. The amount of people that think I work for the Co-op group, that it's the supermarket that's paying my wages, it's not. And it's also not the answer to everything. We're not saying it's the great panacea that's going to solve the world's problems, but maybe it's a step in the right direction. Okay, so Energy4All. Here's just a quick run through some of the models that we've operated in the past. Right at the top there, a co-op stake in a commercial project. We've been very successful in partnership with an organisation called Renewables, who's developed a number of projects throughout the UK, and on each one of their sites they offer the local community the opportunity to invest through a cooperative. A social entrepreneur-led project, as I like to call it. This is where you've got an individual who sees an opportunity, creates that opportunity, but wants he's doing it for more altruistic reasons rather than just his own personal profit. And I would put Andrew Murray in that category. The other type would be a community-led project where you've got a kind of grassroots organisation that represent the local community who all get together and they're really keen on doing this themselves. This is a particularly popular model in Scotland where I do most of my work, because the government there has a fund which allows community groups to access finance that allows them to develop renewable energy projects. Effectively the work that Andrew's done here. That's not available in Northern Ireland. It's not available in England. It's a particularly Scottish thing. And communities do need that help. They do need that assistance. They don't like, as a body, to take risks and to do these things. So it's great that there are people out there that do. We also have a fund called Energy Prospects, which is a cooperative itself, or I say we, it's a fund Energy4All helped set up. And that has funding available for organisations who do wish to access funds to develop projects, be they landowners, communities or developers. So that's the four broad models that Energy4All works with. Okay, this picture is of the board members of the Sky Co-op. This is the amount they raised to launch their cooperative. This is the cooperative that invests in a commercial scheme. So just to go over here with this slide, a couple of the cooperative principles that any cooperative that is an industrial providence society adheres to. So of course the key one is the one member, one vote. Your traditional organisation is one share, one vote. So the person with the most shares has more control. Of course within a cooperative, it's a democratic organisation. Each individual has the same right as any other individual, irrespective of the amount they invest. We create boards for these co-ops from local people within the local community, so they get to, they get to govern or run the projects, not Energy4All. It's really a partnership with Energy4All and the local community. And every co-op, if you didn't know, is all about social ethics, good principles of responsibility, equality and fairness, and of course those are enshrined very much in what we do and how we set these co-ops up. But it's also about supporting environmental and social goals. And what the energy co-ops tend to do is set aside, as is happening in this case, a certain amount of profit for a local community fund. So here is some of the projects that Energy4All has worked on in the past. As you can see, they've all got an identity. They're all part of a family of co-ops, so that's kind of reflected in the logo, how it's all kind of shared, and you might see a similarity with the Drumlin logo as well. So yes, these co-ops have all been very successful. They've all raised as much money as they needed to raise to be successful. There is a minimum. We need to make sure we achieve beyond that. And they're all paying out annual share interest, certainly above 7%, and in particularly windy years, I think the Sky Co-op delivered 11% to its members. So as you can see, it's a very significant thing for the local communities that they can have a stake in their wind farm. So project finance, I mean, Energy4All, really what it's able to do is able to provide, the service able to provide to the community of Northern Ireland here is raising the project finance. And that's what the share offer document that you all have in your hands, hopefully, is able to do. We feel as an organisation that you need some security to impart with your cash, your hard-earned cash. You want to put it in a good place, a place that you know it's going to do well. Now, of course, these are shares. They're not like putting your money in the bank. So that security is important. So what we do is we get FSA accreditation for our share offers. So you can be assured that an accredited lawyer has looked through this scheme, an accountant has also looked at the figures, and they've judged this scheme to be honest and fair in what it's presenting. So all that is written into the share offer document, which hopefully you'll read and learn more about. As Andrew said, there's a minimum of 250 to a maximum of £20,000, and we make sure that the focus of all our activities in raising this cash is within what is the local community. So here we've got 6 turbines dotted around Northern Ireland. So we've defined Northern Ireland as the community that has the priority on these shares. So provided it's, well, if the share offer is oversubscribed, people within Northern Ireland will get priority. So to the specifics of the Drumlin Wind Energy Co-op, which is what you're here to find out about. Now, as Andrew has said, we're looking to raise £3.4 million to build all 5 turbines. Now, it will be successful as a cooperative. It will be able to work if we raise just £1.5 million. That gives us enough money to build 2 turbines. So it will be successful on that basis, of course. And Andrew's got absolute faith in us that we will raise full £3.4 million. Now it's today that it opens. This is the first day of the share offer, so you can write us a cheque today and it will be duly put into a bank account and kept safe until the returns start flowing. But you do have, in case you're going on holiday or you've got other things to spend your money on just now, it closes on the 21st of September, so that's a crucial date. Now, as long as you're over 18, you can apply. And I've already said about the priority on shares, so I don't need to talk about that. But what I should advise is that because this is going to be such a fantastic opportunity, that so many people are going to be subscribing, that it could close early. So maybe you do want to get your checkbooks out today. Okay, the Drumlin Co-op board. These are the people that we've managed to get involved on the board. I personally think it's a great team. There's a great bunch of people here. So I'll just, and most of them are here today, I'm glad to say. So I'll just go around from left to right, clockwise. So first of all this is where I could have that ready, from Brighton Energy. Nigel, if you want to stick up your hand so people can see where you are. Here, good morning, folks. Okay. Next we've got Cormac Clark, who's one of the landowners of the Agafed site, and he's working the camera for us.
Over here.
David Morrow in the second row there from the Co-op group. Thank you. Now Mervyn McCorkey, I'm sad to say, has decided not to come onto the board for personal reasons. He's written to us to wish us well, and we wish him well too, but he won't be joining the board. Of course you recognise this man, Andrew McMurray, and you recognise this man, hopefully that's me. Marna McMillan, she is CEO of Energy4All. She's not with us today, but she's on the board with us. And last but not least, Rodney at the back there, another landowner for our site. Great, so we're all here. So, I mean, if you do come across these gentlemen afterwards, please have a chat with them and find out a bit more about them, or read about them in the share offer document. Okay, so let's talk about the financial projections. Andrew's given you a very brief overview. I'm just going to go a little bit more detail into them here, just so that you know how it all works. So once you've invested your money, it'll be used to build the wind farm, obviously. Now, once it's started generating, after its first full year of operation, it will deliver a return to the members. So year one, we're forecasting a return of 3.5% to members, or if you've got EIS tax relief, 5%. Now we'll talk a bit more about EIS in a sec, because some of you may not be aware of what it is. After 6 years, that will rise up to around 6% per annum, so 8.5 with EIS, and following 12 years, we're forecasting a return of 8% or 11% with EIS. And as Andrew's already told you, some of those profits will be delivered to the local community benefit fund. Now I have to explain here, and it's very much spelled out in the share offer document, that these figures are based on assumptions, and you must consider the risks when you're making this kind of investment. You know, it's not like putting your money in the bank. There are risks that you do have to be aware of. We feel confident that we've made a good judgment of this project. We feel that the returns forecast in the document are fair and accurate. But as in life, you know, these things could change. But it's all there in the document. It's all spelled out for you. You just read it yourself and make your own judgment about those risks. Also, Drumlin intends to redeem some shares from the share offer after 2016. This is where the co-op buys back some of the shares. And also, you need to be aware that the returns are paid gross. So you're all responsible for your own individual tax. Now, the Enterprise Investment Scheme. This is an incentive by the government for new enterprises. It's a tax relief to encourage people to invest. So as long as you're a UK taxpayer, you qualify for EIS, and it's equivalent to 30% of the value for your investment that you can effectively you can write off some of your tax against that. So you can either claim it through your self-assessment. If you do self-assessment, I know not everybody does, but it is possible to get a new tax code. So you can talk to your employer, get them to speak to HMRC, and you can arrange a new tax code and reclaim the money that way. There is also the possibility of using capital gains and investing that money into an EIS scheme. So that's another opportunity that maybe some of you can benefit from. But the Enterprise Investment Scheme, it's all on the HMRC website, how to do it, how this all works. If you get onto the Drumlin Co-op website, there's links through to the relevant pages. Okay, so picture this, a year from now, perhaps a bit longer, we've got some turbines that are operating. Fantastic, let's have a party. I'm sure that'll happen. But to achieve these returns, to generate the kind of incomes that we've forecast, this needs to be run as a robust business. So you've got a board there, you've got Energy4All on that board, you've got Andrew McMurray on that board. We're all there to make sure that this does run as a robust business, and we are responsible to you, the members, assuming you invest, of course. Now, the way you get to keep us keen is by coming to the AGM. So every year, and it's planned for September with the Drumlin Co-op, there will be an AGM held. We can come along and listen to what's gone on through the previous year, how the project's performed, and of course the accounts. Now normally what happens is that the net profit is paid out to the members as share interest, so you'll get to find out how well the wind farms performed in that year. But as members you also get the chance to vote or to put forward a resolution. So if you feel that there's something that needs to be done, or some way that the company needs to behave or needs to do things, then you can put forward that as a resolution. For instance, back in 2002, a resolution was put forward to the members of Baywind to create Energy4All. So, and any member can put forward one of these resolutions, and then it gets voted on by the rest of the membership. And whether it goes ahead or not is simply down to majority. So a third of the board will retire each year by rotation. So you get the opportunity for, as a member, to come onto the board if you wish. If there's more people than board places, then we have a vote. And of course there's the Community Benefit Fund available for the local communities to spend. So what's this all about? I mean, okay, there's a financial incentive there, but also there's an opportunity for people to become part of something. You know, why engage with this project? Well, you'll have lots of reasons. There's many reasons why people become part of Energy4All co-ops. Some people just invest for environmental reasons, and I can say that because a lot of people invested in Bay Wind, not because they ever expected a financial return, because they wanted to see it happen. They wanted to be part of a renewable energy project for their environmental values. Some people might invest for social returns. This is particularly common in Scotland, where you have some very tight-knit communities that want to create a social benefit fund, and that's their main reason for getting involved. And for other people it's financial returns, but actually it's probably a combination of all three. But what cooperatives do tend to do, which is of course what you don't get with the larger scale wind farms, is that you're engaging with that often silent majority within your community. You know, it's been shown time and time and again, report after report, that the majority of people are in favour of renewable energy. The majority of people are happy with wind turbines. So this is your opportunity to show that and to be part of it. So it's all about sharing the risk and sharing the reward and maximising the opportunity. So in a nutshell, that's what Energy4All is all about, and that's what we're hopefully bringing to this project and to people in Northern Ireland. So there you are. There's some website addresses to note down for you if you want to go onto the Drumlin Co-op website. All the information is on there. If you don't want to carry around a share offer document, you can also get it in electronic format. You can download it from the site. Please join us on Facebook, as Andrew is asking you to. That's a great forum, we think, to get this out there and to get people to find out about it.